Well, the purpose of this tutorial is to try to show you the relationship between the short-run Phillips curve over here and the aggregate demand and aggregate supply curve over here. As you know, the short-run Phillips curve shows the relationship between inflation and unemployment. Let's say we started off here at point A in the Phillips curve. We have a rate of inflation, a rate of unemployment. If we were to move up the Phillips curve with increased inflation, we'd have a new inflation point, inflation 1. Inflation has increased. Come on down. Unemployment 1. Unemployment has decreased because this is the positive side of unemployment over here. And so unemployment has gone down. Let's see if that relationship holds true if we were to shift aggregate demand to the right on the aggregate demand graph. Aggregate demand 1, a shift to the right. We have a new price level that goes up. So price level is up. Hey look, price level is up in the Phillips curve too. We have increasing output, Y1. Output has increased going that way. We've moved actually closer to full employment, so unemployment is going down. And looky here at the Phillips curve, unemployment has gone down over here as well. So, long story short, if you shift aggregate demand, Phillips curve checks out. But what happens if you shift aggregate supply? Only inquiring minds can tell for sure. So let's try the scenario again and shift aggregate supply instead. So if we were to shift aggregate supply to the left, we would shift it to the left. We'd have a new price level. Price levels are going up. Well, just like in the last scenario when we moved from A to B, inflation has gone up. Okay, so that matches. Unemployment has decreased. So what has happened over here? The aggregate supply, aggregate demand. Output has gone down. We've moved further away from YF. So that means unemployment is actually increasing over here. Wait a minute. Are you telling me that the Phillips curve doesn't match the aggregate demand or aggregate supply graph when aggregate supply shifts to the left? That is absolutely right. So with an AS shift, either left or right, you'll find out that the Phillips curve doesn't work. Try it for yourself at home. Shift aggregate supply to the right and see what happens. It just works in reverse, but the Phillips curve still doesn't work. So Phillips curve with an aggregate demand shift, yes, dead on the money. Aggregate supply shift curve, not so much. And that's the weird anomaly about the Phillips curve and the aggregate demand and aggregate supply model.